I've been around for a very long time in this process. Since 1993, I've been leading the Texas Eagle Forum. And to introduce you to those who are going to be participating, representing Texas Eagle Forum and what issues they're going to be working on, this session I think is the most important thing that you can hear right now. The first and foremost bill that we are looking at is something called ALAC, or American Laws for American Courts. And why is this necessary? Well, we are seeing around the globe right now why this is necessary. We also have more Harmony schools, which are Turkish charter schools in the state of Texas, than any other state. So this is a very clear focus. What happened last weekend, having those who were unindicted terrorists and the Holy Land Foundation speaking in a public school facility in Garland, Texas. There are other issues that are coming up. But one thing that we have got to know, in Britain, one of the biggest mistakes they made was that they said, well, we can have Sharia courts parallel to our own courts. Well, that has come back to bite them in the heel, unfortunately. And so now they have tremendous problems. It's just snowballed into a very big cultural issue where entire communities in London are now being taken over by Muslims, and they are imposing their own laws in those areas. We don't want to go there. So if we have American laws for American courts, and you also need to know this, pay very close attention. We have competing legislators who want to file our bills. Some of them are good and some of them are not. House Bill 562 by Jeff Leach is a very good bill. House Bill 562 by Jeff Leach is a very good bill. He already has several who want to sign on to that bill. And we're very excited about the support that we're getting early on. Jeff is a lawyer and he understands both legally, he understands politically, he also understands, understands spiritually. And that's extremely important on this issue, that you are not afraid of this. Just to give you a reason why on that, there was one man who calls himself a libertarian, he also calls himself a Republican, who went to a rally where 1,000 people showed up last Saturday in Garland, Texas. He said, I've never been so ashamed. Why? Because he's an atheist. And he couldn't understand the people speaking. Everybody else I've read online were all complimentary of the event. But if you don't have spiritual understanding, sometimes these things seem a little foreign. And we as Texas Eagle Forum are not afraid to touch those issues. And I hope that you will join us on that. So House Bill 562 by Jeff Leach is a good one. There are others out there that are not good, and we are not going to be supporting them. In the Senate, we are looking to Senator Donna Campbell to carry the bill. And we also have several other authors on board with that one. That bill number is not known, it's not filed yet, but Dr. Donna Campbell, Senate, will be carrying the Senate bill. On education, we all know, and I've already touched on this about Harmony schools, Mary Lynn Gerstenschlager is our lobbyist on education. She attends all the State Board of Education meetings and she lobbies on this issue for us. She'll be living here in Austin during the session. And C-Scope. We know that Common Core in the state of Texas, according to a bill that passed last session, is not to be used in the state of Texas. But C-Scope is the same thing. And because it was put online, C-Scope, the curriculum, the radical Obama curriculum was put online. Now every school in the state of Texas is using this curriculum. And so we are aligned with Obama's radical agenda educationally, and that means everything from teaching radical Islam to teaching global warming is one of the issues that's in it, is being taught as fact, and it is a hypothesis, it's not even a theory, it's actually junk science. So those are just a couple of issues in C-Scope that are very important. Mary Lynn will also be working to have more transparency concerning the Harmony schools. We'd like to defund them and make sure that they are no longer charter schools in the state of Texas, and I was talking with a very important person last night about that. So we'd love to defund the Harmony schools and say that they are ineligible for taxpayer money as charter schools. But short of that, we want their checkbooks online, because right now they are hiring subcontractors from Turkey in order to do different things. In some states, Harmony schools have even been exposed for discriminating against American teachers, and they want to have H-1B visa holders from Turkey as teachers in their schools. So this is a very dangerous thing, and so we would like to see the majority of board members, if not all board members in that charter school, and I'm sorry, I forgot to turn off my phone.
It's a good jam.
Yeah. Anyway, we would like to see their checkbooks online. We would also like to see that all of their board members be American citizens and not H-1B visa holders. So those are a couple things we'll go after. We'd like to defund them altogether. Another person who will be here working on environmental issues, and then many are pushing something called an Article 5 convention. I know that even in this room there are some people for it, some people against it. Texas Eagle Forum, the National Eagle Forum, has always been against it, because even its supporters say there is no way that an Article 5 convention can be limited. So if you open this up, you could lose your entire U.S. Constitution, which is probably one of the best documents that men have put together, and certainly has served us well for over 200 years as a nation. So that's controversial, but that is something that Pat Carlson will be working on. So Tracy Bradford is going to be working and she was the one who was just calling me, the American Law for American Courts. Pat Carlson will be looking at environmental issues and the Article 5. And then Marilyn Gerstenschlager will be working our issues on education. And I'd love to get you in contact with them if you have friends or if you yourself would like to work on those issues. Thanks so much.